I'm live now too.
You're live now too. I love my life. I love my body. I love myself. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to Shafsha, and this is a wealth and wellness podcast with Nadine Schwartz. And today's episode is called Financial Health and Mental Wealth. So, Nadine, please introduce yourself.
Hi there, my name is Uddin. I'm a transformational coach and I'm specifying and optimizing people when it comes to performance and balance.
Amazing. And I'm Uddin, and I used to be I still am, um, a tantric sex guru, but I'm transitioning to going back into the world of corporate. I used to work for all the top agencies on the planet in London, from Ogilvy to Saatchi and Saatchi. Check out my LinkedIn account, Uddin. But I also went down the spiritual path and became a fully enlightened guru, impacting millions of lives with the world of Tantra. Now I'm transitioning back into a normal world and incorporating the two. And I found this beautiful woman who's also my amazing girlfriend, and she just happens to be the highest level on the simulation that is the corporate world and helping people break through to find more peace and balance in their lives. So, by the grace of the gods, I have everything I want again. So we're going to dive straight in with the questions. How does financial stress impact mental health, and how can we manage it, Nadine?
How does financial stress impact mental health?
Yeah.
Okay, so just first of all, think of you are in financial trouble. You are not stable. So you're worrying every day how you will be able to pay your bills, to pay your rent. And so this is not a good situation for your mental health because it is, of course, then stressful. And I think we've all been there. More people have been there, probably hitting rock bottom. I, for myself, I can say, thanks to God, I've never experienced a lifetime in my life so far where I didn't know how to pay my bills. I was born and raised really like with a big awareness of money, that money is important, that with money you can buy a lot of things, and that I am responsible for myself to make this money happening. I didn't like to rely on my parents a lot. I'm a lonely child, and yes, I got spoiled when I was younger. But when I've started my studies, I was always working beside. I started to work as an intern in a corporate world, and so I made my own money. I paid my master degree by myself, for example, and so yeah, for me, money was always very important to have to invest in myself to be able to grow and to make my money financially work. But there are other stories out there, and I know I have a lot of friends who are really struggling with the money issue. And I think, Shaft, you can tell a little bit about your story because you experienced more ups and downs than me. So maybe you can say literally, what does it mean for you when you are struggling with money? What, in which kind of situation puts that your mental health?
Well, by the wise words of Ronan Keaton, he said, "Life is a roller coaster. You just gotta ride it." And I mean, what is your money blueprint? Money has always been freedom for me. If I have enough money, I could get out of my Bangladeshi Muslim parents' upbringing house where I was forced into child labor to work in my dad's Indian restaurant. But money is just associated to violence, basically. Like there's a lot of wars and a lot of battles. Like think Game of Thrones. That's what a Bangladeshi Muslim house is like. You marry into like a higher level. It's all about think mafia families. Like it's like very money focused, and the biggest pain and suffering is always around money. If you have too much of it, people will hunt you down and try and get it out of you. And if you don't have enough of it, you'll be like everyone else, praying to go to London, and like the streets are paved with gold when you're in London. So, what is your money blueprint? Mine is money means freedom, and that's my highest value, freedom. And when it comes to being broke, I've been there so many times. Like my family, Bangladeshi immigrants, come to England. They can't read or write English, and then somehow by praying to Allah, they have one house, two house, one restaurant, two restaurants. Put all the kids through university, and they can't read or write English. There's no blaming around being dyslexic or can't. Like they just praying to Allah every day that everything's going to be okay. Then they somehow manage to send money back to Bangladesh and build a school, build a mosque, and build a village, and then fund the village. And they're like these high level people. And I look at my life going, I just want to buy one house. I had to. So yeah, I've been rock bottom many times, and I've been jobless, homeless, and suicidal. 2004 was when I lost everything. It was a terrible time in my life. I was 24, but 2 years later, because of this default setting, success is the best form of revenge, I bought a house in London by myself. So that's pretty impressive. And then on a whim, randomly, I ended up buying another house when I was 34. I was like, I wouldn't mind buying another house. And now in my life right now, last year I had there's 3 types of awakenings that you have. First is your spiritual awakening, which a lot of the planet's going through right now due to COVID. Then you have a physical awakening where your body doesn't work anymore, and it's like you have to heal yourself and fix yourself and somehow understand your body. Then you have a financial awakening. A lot of the authors on Mind Valley tell me their financial awakening stories, and they're insane because a lot of the authors of Mind Valley have books that are #1 bestsellers on the New York Times. So their comeback stories are exactly the same as my story last year. And a lot of you watching on my YouTube and Instagram, you know my story of last year. And a lot of people on Nadine's show, no one knows my story from last year. I consciously chose to hit rock bottom because I was getting the same stuff all the time. Minimum 3 girlfriends, always have that. And all these women have an ecosystem. And I jump into their ecosystem and I get my clients through a collaboration with all my queens. The house, always a massive white villa with an infinity pool. I never use the infinity pool. But I like to have massive white houses and an ashram and a community to serve where we all make love and make money and build these huge ecosystems within an ecosystem, and we just live a life of luxury. Like that's all I had for like 8 years. It's my thing. I build communities through love and money. Then last year, I decided to stop everything, and I lost everything, and I hit rock bottom, and that's when I found the Mind Valley people, and that's when I started to shift my focus from, because my mental health was terrible. I didn't know how bad my mental health was, because I could generate anything I want like that, because I do a thing called Tantra and Sex Magic, and I'm like, I want that, I get it, I want that. So I never had to worry about what was inside of my brain. Obviously, before that, I was mentally insane. But then I did the Tantra stuff and I manifested anything I want. You don't complain when you have everything.
No, never.
Yeah. So I was living in heaven, but there was cracks in heaven. And then last year, I decided to let go of everything. And when I hit rock bottom, I found the Millionaires, and the Millionaires always tell me how to speak. They literally pulled me aside and go, Shaft, you can't speak like that anymore. No, you don't say, I need to be rich, you say, I am rich. You don't say, I want to be wealthy, because that still puts you in the frequency of wanting something. Say, I am wealthy. So your words are powerful. The Millionaires, they all speak the same language. You will never know what they say, because if you don't hang around with millionaires, you don't know what they're actually saying to each other. They don't talk about their traumas. They don't talk about their problems. I fit in with the Millionaires because I do one thing that the Millionaires do as well. Do you know what that is?
What is it?
I don't judge.
So that's a very old yogic experience.
So they love me there.
Don't judge.
I just love to have fun. How can we create? How can we collaborate? How can we have more impact? And the side effect is, how can we make more money? So the way you look at money is, the more people you could serve, help, and support, the more money you have in your bank account. That's basically it.
Okay, so back to the mental health thing. You said your mental health was really, really bad. What was it like?
I wanted to kill myself. Like when you say really bad, it's like, I want to die.
Okay.
That's the level of...
and how did you get out of there?
So I've been in... When I was 8, I actually tried to kill myself. When I was 24, I actually tried to kill myself. And 2 times being spiritual and tantric, the voices came back, I want to kill myself. And they were all because I lost 2 things, love and money, which is sex and money, basically. I didn't have them. And my health. I didn't have any of those. And a home. I didn't have any of those. It's just like the easy option is I could just die. I could just jump.
Easier.
I could just jump out that window. Like, that's the easy option.
But
Here's a beautiful spiritual practice. This too shall pass. That is the baseline when you become spiritual, tantric, and go down the path of well-being. You realize this too shall pass. That's my default setting now. Because this time, a year ago, April, I was still going through hell. Like, it didn't take long for me to lose everything. It took me a long time to fully surrender. And now where I am, like from having no money to talking about buying a house, how's that work? I generated vast amounts of wealth. Like literally from December the 13th when I had my anal de-armoring, which is all on my YouTube channel, and I awakened my body, and the root chakra is associated to survival. And in that space, and I've interviewed a lot of millionaires, they've actually spoke about anal pleasure. And the more they love anal sex or anal pleasure, the more money they generated. And this is also in some podcasts I've done with some millionairesses. It's quite interesting. I've spoken to a lot of the high-level Tantra teachers, and they've all mentioned something about the ass. And when I had my anal de-armoring, the next day I wanted to buy a house. And what's my focus at the moment?
Buying a house.
And where's all that money going towards?
Buying a house.
So randomly, from having zero cash, my body awakened a new possibility. And during a state of expansion, anal de-armoring, it's a shamanic process. I had a new, a drop of, I want to buy a house by the sea. And now that's my mission. Now
so
the
you
money.
got a new focus, a new purpose,
exactly.
And that's what took you out of it.
Yeah, so now there's all this wealth coming in and it's funneling towards something. So you need to have some avenue for
Vision.
the money to go to somewhere. But I also have a core setting, which is it's not how much money you make, it's how much fun you have making it, but it's how much money you can save as well.
Okay, next question.
Which goes to the next question. How can we align our spending with our values of overall well-being? So how can you align your spending with your values of overall well-being?
Values of spending. You said something before. We have a blueprint.
What's your financial blueprint?
Yeah, of how we are thinking about money. My blueprint, thank God, is for me, money is energy. Money for me means as well freedom. But I know a lot of people, friends of mine as well, who have a lot of limiting beliefs when it comes to money. Money is bad. Money
doesn't grow on trees, is what my mum says.
Money makes us unpretty.
The women will take all your money, is what my mummy says.
Oh wow. Or money is not good for us because then we're not happy anymore, and a lot of things like this. So when you have this diminishing beliefs, then of course your mental health will never be good when you get wealthier because it's limiting yourself. So what you have to really do and try, make peace with money. Be friends with money. Be lovers with money.
Make love with money.
Make love with money.
That's what I do.
Yeah, basically. So if you have a positive way of thinking that money can give you the world and make things happen for you, then you get richer and wealthier and everything. And you will be mentally very wealthy as well. Healthy and wealthy.
The mindset around money is the opposite of what it is when you're going through your spiritual journey. Remember, a rat race, everyone's dying for money, literally, physically dying from stress, heart attacks for money. Once you fall off that, then you disown money. It's like money is bad. You hang around with all these, I hanged around with all these broke spiritual hippies, and they are just not functioning adults. They're still very much in their inner child work, and basically it's just all these little kids running around in these grown-ass bodies, getting triggered left, right, and center. Not functional.
We don't need money to live.
Exactly.
We can just fly around.
I mean, it's true.
It's nice, yeah, but there's more to it, right?
Yeah, exactly. As I say, don't get stuck in the medical tent when you're at the festival.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
A lot of people, when they fall off the rat race and they find the world of wellness, they get stuck down there. And that is basically the medical tent. There's a whole festival out there. So the world is for you to integrate your nervous system to peace and abundance. So the key for you out there listening is to find that balance of having a healthy habit around money and loving money. Like, there is a goddess in the Hindu scriptures and the religious beliefs of many people in India and around the world, where there's a goddess of abundance. She is the goddess that was once a consort to Vishnu, and they were these divine lovers. And she was if you prayed to her and gave her offerings, she would bless abundance on all aspects of your life, not just wealth, but your health, prosperity, anything. And abundance doesn't mean I want a Lamborghini or Bugatti. It means that you might be sat on a train and you pick up a book and you turn to chapter 32, and in the page you read a little sentence that changes your life. That is abundance. And that's what I found when I purposely chose to hit rock bottom last year. I found that there was wealth, and my blueprint of wealth, I basically quantify success on how much sex I've had and how much money I've made. What does that mean? How much amazing, incredible, nourishing, enriching relationships I have that empower me, and I could build my communities and tribes with these women, sex, and how much money, the side effect, I have from creating with these beautiful women, sex and money. So that's my quantifiable thing. So how much money goes into my bank account and how many beautiful women I'm sleeping with. Like, that's how I do things. Remember, we're all different. What's yours? I love to know how to quantify success. Last year I didn't have any sex and didn't make any money. Do you know how happy I was? I was fucking well happy. I was really happy because I met these men, Vishen Lakiani, Peter Kell, Jeffrey Perlman. Check out their Instagrams. They're all part of the Mind Valley ecosystem. Regan Hilliard, Gina Swire. Check out their Instagrams. They taught me another way to live, and they taught me how to not use my language the way I was using my language. And they, like Peter, drip fed me different books every single week. Well, every single month, because it took me a while to listen. And he gave me the first book that changed my life, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by Eckhart somebody. Not that one. Then he said Psycho-Cybernetics, another audiobook, Conversations with God, and something else. So he's been drip feeding me books to literally rewire my brain. And also Tony Robbins' training thing that changed everything about wealth for me.
Another really good financial book is Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is one of the classic books because it talks a lot about this diminishing beliefs.
So money is a way for you to have a lot. It's not your focus. Your focus should be on being yourself, getting paid to be yourself. Your focus should be on creating rather than having to chase this money. The money is a side effect of what you end up producing for more people, which is joy.
That's a really good point, by the way, because when I was working with one of my clients in Germany, you will know it. It's the DM Drogeriemarkt. It's a very big drugstore. And their vision is not making money like a lot of companies. They want to be the wealthiest company on the earth and be the number one and whatever. They have a purpose behind, so they focus on what they want to achieve in their vision for the people. Actually, we want to be the best seller, servant for some certain products, and with the friendliest hospitality and everything. So we want the customers really be happy so that they come back to us. And of course, this vision behind gives them a lot of money. So it is not the focus on the money aspect, but the vision you have that is bringing you constantly by yourself the money back. So this is amazing. And so if you're a corporate, think about your vision, what you have. Is it just really just money, money, money oriented, or is the purpose behind there? Because if you have a strong purpose, why you want to reach something like having a house, building a community, you need money for that, then this is the way how you do things. What is our last question?
So Nadine, you and I are both Aquarians. We value freedom over any. So I want to know, what is your financial freedom plan?
My financial freedom plan. So I worked since 5 years with my vision board, and on my vision board there's my financial freedom plan. I'm right now in the state where I'm running my own business, and saw that for now I have to find another thing how I can make more money, and make a change. For example, my thing of I give my time and I get money back. So I'm in this phase of how I can scale myself to make more money. And then when I get more money, I have to find ways money is duplicating itself, so that after that I can invest that money back in somewhere where I get my passive income streams, and where I finally get until this point where I have a passive abundance income stream where I can just work whenever I want to work, and it literally pays all my bills off, and I have a house and I have things like that. So I just will create myself this financial abundance system where I'm right now calling in the right people who give me the right advices now, because I'm in this certain level right now, but I see myself here, financial freedom. Passive income is connected to it, because without that it wouldn't work. So for now I need the people who tell me, how can I duplicate the money that I already have?
How do the wealthy make money? Yes. So my financial freedom plan came to me in 2008 when I watched Zeitgeist 2. And from that, I've had that blueprint, and that blueprint is an Ubuntu system type of thing. And I basically have been living the financial freedom life for as long as I can remember, until I had my financial awakening last year. So I basically have been living a life of financial freedom. And that number one base level is, I'm an artist, and I was born an artist. So my passion is making art. So find a job that you love, so you never have to work another day in your life. So I've been living that life. Like I'm blessed and I'm smart. So I just get paid to be myself. That's the ultimate aim. Once you start finding something that you love, you're just getting paid for your hobbies. Number one.
Thank God I'm already there too.
Exactly.
Yes!
So it's easy. It's easy. And then the next one is number two. Step two is, from all that fun money you made and all that stuff that you generated from doing nothing apart from being yourself, you put that into a house. And you provide affordable housing for you and your friends. So your friends end up paying your mortgage for you. I've done that a couple of times now. And from doing what you love doing, having survival, like your basic needs are met now. What do you do when your basic needs are met? You naturally just want to help. That's the baseline of humans. You no longer are struggling or jealous or like surviving. You're at a base level of, how can I serve humanity? That's where you buy land, build a community, and then you start to have impact in the community. So that's what I did for 7 years, living in the Tantra communities, and actually supporting and helping millions of people around the world, and working with thousands of women and men to help them overcome sexual trauma. And that's what I've done for the last 7 years. So that's the 3 steps. Find a job that you love, that you never have to work another day in your life. Affordable housing for you and your friends, so you never have to worry about rent ever again. And then live off the land, and then you're out of a system, and then you are able to have an ecosystem where you can serve and support humanity. Boom.
Yeah, that's a nice blueprint.
So we're going to wrap this up. Any final thoughts before we move?
I just, because I said I want to call in the people who can tell us more about how you can build this financial abundance with your money, that it's duplicating itself. So if you haven't heard about John Lee, I just want to give a shout out to John Lee as well, because he is the pro in this. And I will attend his boot camp, and maybe I learned something from that I will definitely share it with you. But if you don't know this guy, follow him as well on Instagram, John Lee. Amazing person, and he knows how
He
to
knows.
make money for real.
And
So,
he's a really nice guy.
and he's super
So
nice.
here's another thing, guys. Millionaires, every single one I've met, and I've met a lot now in like 1 year, they're all really nice.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
And they're nice because they're actually not judging. They take you where you are and they help you grow.
Babes, you've seen me for the last couple of... Have you seen the amount of people that help me all the time?
Yeah, it's amazing. I just joined this bubble and now I'm in there. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank God. So guys, thank you so much for watching today. If you don't follow us yet, my name on Instagram and YouTube is Performance Alchemist, and yours?
I'm Uddin, and today's episode has been sponsored by InstantSexGod.com. If you'd like to know more about how to become more sexy and more confident, I have a bunch of online courses there. You can learn how to have boundaries like a ninja. I have a beautiful online workshop about boundaries and consent, how to become your own healer, which is how to actually learn the art of conscious touch, how to regulate your nervous system. Is very beneficial for the whole of humanity. How to manifest this insane life. I've written down a blueprint of how I've done this so you could do this too, on how to manifest your millions. And also I have a relationship mastery course on my platform as well. And if you're a man, figure out how to use your sexual energy for your purpose. Napoleon Hill on Think and Grow Rich talks about this in chapter 13 about sexual transmutation. I've mastered this year. How many times am I going to ejaculate?
You said twice, right?
No, once.
Once?
I did.
I thought you said twice.
I haven't.
Okay,
One time. I'm only going to ejaculate one time.
One time.
One time. So yeah, there is something in the old ancient yogic teachings, which is semen retention, and I've mastered that, and that's something that I've been teaching and sharing with men and women all around the world. So find out more on InstantSexGod.com if you're a man, and if you're a woman and you want to work with me, I've got a 3-month container and a 1-month container, and if you're a couple, I also guide you into having awesome sex. So I'm a relationship intimacy master. Find me, if you're a woman, on sacredsexualawakening.com. Have a beautiful day.
Have a beautiful day.